Hello students, Mr. Ish here with another video about CSET. In this one, we're going to cover 3 tips for better claims. Quick review about claims. So your claim is the topic sentence of one of your body paragraphs, which means after introduction, when it's time to prove your thesis, you're going to spend each paragraph advancing one claim, and that claim is going to become the topic sentence of that paragraph. So every paragraph has one claim. Your claim is expressing one of the reasons from your outline. So in any given paragraph, you're going to be taking one of those because statements from your outline and turning it into a topic sentence, and that's going to be the claim that you are providing evidence to support. So let's get on to our tips. First tip is to make sure you get your claims from your outline. You didn't spend all that time creating an outline, thinking it out with no reason. Okay, so your claims should come from your outline. So here's a really rough outline. It just shows the position and 3 reasons. Okay, we don't have all the evidence in there right now. Just for purposes of example, though, let's say we're ready to write our first paragraph to prove this reason, okay? Because the tax must be very high in order to reduce obesity, right? Tax on junk food. So when we come to write our first paragraph, our claim, our topic sentence should come from our outline here, from this reason. So we should use this as a way to create our topic sentence. So notice the topic sentence, right? A junk food tax is an ineffective solution because it won't reduce obesity unless taken to extreme measures. Okay, so the wording isn't exactly the same, and that's okay because your outline was just a planning tool. Okay, but the point is, you did all this planning for a reason. So don't hem and haw over, what your claim should be. Just look at your outline, right? In general, you're going to have at least 1 paragraph per claim. Okay, sometimes you might spend, 2 paragraphs on the same claim, and that's okay. It just depends on how much evidence you have and what you want to say. But when you're trying to figure out, what your claim should be, just look to your outline. Okay, so next tip. Your claim should come from you, not a source. So this is a bad example of a claim, right? You generally aren't going to start a paragraph like this. Smith proposes that investing in public trails and walkways can significantly impact the exercise practices in local communities, thereby reducing incidence of obesity. Great piece of evidence, right? Very helpful maybe to support your reasons and your position, but not a claim, right? This is evidence. So when you're starting off your paragraphs, trying to figure out what's your topic sentence, don't look to your evidence, right? Look at the evidence and ask, okay, what does the evidence imply? What is the reason that the evidence is supporting? So better is something like this, right? Junk food taxes may work to reduce obesity, but there are many other ways to achieve the same results without infringing on civil liberties. For example, and now we get into our evidence. So here we have a claim, right? The evidence helps support the claim. So be very careful when you're revising your CSET paragraphs. Look and make sure you're not citing any sources in that first sentence, because generally that's a sign that you're trying to get your claim from your source rather than expressing it in your own words, own ideas. Okay, tip number 3. Your claim should transition from the previous paragraph. And this tip is the sort of thing that you apply once you've written most of your essay, once you've gotten most of your body paragraphs together, then it's time to make sure that they all flow smoothly from one to the other. And so to illustrate what I'm talking about when I say your claim should transition from the previous paragraph, we have a short little paragraph here. It is expressing the point that junk food tax is ineffective because it has to be taken to extreme measures, and they talk about how the tax has to be really high, that it's not going to be acceptable to people anymore. So it's basically going to be a financial burden. So let's say we're about to get on to our next paragraph after this one. We wouldn't want to do something like this, right? Our next paragraph shouldn't start with a claim like this, right? People have a right to make their own decisions about what they eat without government interference. All right, now that very well may be the point we want to prove, right? The reason we want to support. But because we're not writing these paragraphs, in isolation, because they are part of a larger argument, a better thing to do is to add some transition about the point that you just left off on. So since this paragraph was about how the taxes are going to have to cost so much, here's a better way to introduce our next claim in the next paragraph. In addition to being a financial burden, junk food taxes interfere with a person's right to make decisions about what they eat without government interference. So basically the same claim, okay, but we've just added a little bit of transition to sum up or mention the point we made in the previous paragraph, right? Little things like that are what's going to make your writing flow much, much more smoothly from one paragraph to the next. Okay, so this video has covered 3 tips to make better claims, and to sum it up, a good claim will state one of the reasons from your outline, right? Use your outline, it's a tool, you want to use it for a reason. A good claim will come from you, not a source, right? Don't go mentioning your sources in your topic sentences. And finally, a good claim will transition from the previous paragraph, generally by just summing up or mentioning the ideas from the previous paragraph. All right, thanks, students. I hope this is helpful. I'll see you in the next video.